Alright, so let me just catch you up real quick if you missed the last episode. I took my Hercules, my 4-star Hercules, from rank 1, level 10, to rank 5, level 50, and ascended all in one single day. Now that of course is a massive change to the account, and Hercules, if you don't know for some reason, is the best champion in the game. So he's gonna do a ton of stuff for me, and it all starts right now. So Hercules by himself can do a ton of stuff, right? Because he doesn't need any synergies or like anything at all really. He just needs to be leveled up, and I have that now. So what's the game plan? Well, whatever happens just happens, right? If we get to the furthest point in the game with just a 4-star Hercules, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's tough to just determine what a 4-star champion can do because I haven't used a 4-star champion in a very long time. So I'm kind of just experimenting here, and it turns out, if you're the best champion in the game, a 4-star of this best champion can go a very long way, and you're gonna see that in this episode today. So there are the final signature levels, and let's just get started real quick. Here's this Absman fight. Now this was a 2-minute plus fight with Vision. For Hercules here, it's half the time. Not even. It's a lot shorter because, of course, Hercules is one of the best damage dealers in the game. And I saw this comment on my last video about this series, and it was basically, I talk about Hercules a lot in a really positive way. Too much, apparently, but how can you hate this character, right? I think he's so cool. I think he's so fun to play, and I think that he is just, I think he's good, right? Who doesn't think that Hercules is good? But it's the fun part that sells me the most. But here we have this 5-star crystal, hopefully something decent here, and what do you know, it is something decent, right? Nimrod is one of the best tech champions in the game, but I can't use him. No one loves Nimrod, so yeah, no romance for him, which sucks because I can't use him in this series, right? But here's a Cav Crystal, hopefully something good here, right? There is a 3-star Quicksilver, also not romantic for some reason, but it is what it is. But like I was saying, I just think Hercules is such a fun champion, and I think that while he does, get hated for reasons because he is a bit too good, it's not his fault, right? He didn't choose to be this good, it was just given to him, and that's just a consequence of him being so cool. So yeah, that's just how it is. And this fight is a dumpster fire because Bullseye is just really fun. And if you want to hate a champion, just hate on Bullseye. He's a villain in the first place, so he's not a nice guy, right? So he shouldn't be cheered, and also he is just the worst offender in the game. It is just so annoying to deal with him. So yeah, if you want to hate a champion, hate on Bullseye because he's not even the best on offense either, so he's not even doing that much for you anyway. He's just being so selfish. Meanwhile, Hercules is just doing everything for you, right? So yeah, not a fan of Bullseye. I think he is such a pain to deal with, and I cannot stand him. But thankfully, Hercules, he's not the best for this fight, obviously. I'm getting destroyed right now, but thanks to Act 1 and Act 2, you get a ton of revives there, and that allowed me to do this essentially. But yeah, I'm just getting destroyed right now. It's sad. It is so sad, but you know what? We're gonna survive, right? We're gonna get through it no matter what. It'll cost me a ton of revives, right? But as long as I get it done, because once I get this done, I get some very nice stuff from this Bullseye. So there I just quit out because it's over. And yeah, we're almost there. It's going, right? It's not going good, it's not going necessarily bad because we're doing damage to him, but here's the final attempt. This was just so fun, right? It was a whole thing and a half. But to be fair, if I didn't have Hercules, I wouldn't have even attempted this because no one was gonna do as good as Hercules in this fight, I feel anyway. Maybe a hard bullseye counter like Colossus or something. But yeah, Hercules just he did it. And for this we got, I think, 4,000 6-star shards, so that's pretty good. And I'll tell you why it's good, because we're gonna get some more 6-star shards right here. And let me tell you, this is like the most Herc fight ever. Like, this is just showing Hercules at his peak, because we're gonna get destroyed here, right? It is a sad fight on my end. I just did not play this good in the slightest, right? But what I do afterwards, what Hercules does, right? Not me, because I'm not the one controlling this fight right now. It is all Hercules, right? Like, I do nothing here. I just get thunderclapped by Quicksilver. But Hercules, he just does what he does best, right? And that's just clutch this out of something that felt impossible. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a really fun time, and it's on, of course it's too good, right? Like, that's why the whole Hercules situation started like a couple weeks ago. But now that like it's blown past, we just get to enjoy this champion and enjoy just how goofy he is, because what the heck is this? And yeah, this matchup, that was wild stuff. That was just so crazy, right? Like, I shouldn't have survived that, and I wouldn't have with like any other champion in this game. But thankfully Hercules just clutched that so well. But now we have this absorbing man. Oh, and by the way, I put on some boosts here because I was like, okay, this is gonna give me my first ever 6-star champion, so may as well boost for it, right? Because nothing's gonna be like as valuable for a very long time, so may as well just like be efficient here, right? But yeah, this Absman fight, I'm like at 1 health going into it, so I wasn't too confident about it. But you know, Hercules, he's gonna do what he does best, which is just be too good at this game, and the result is something that I'm honestly pretty satisfied with, because you know, this fight, it was like, of course, mainly Hercules, but you know, Hercules can only do so much for you, right? At one point you have to start like playing good yourself, and I honestly played this pretty good, and I never like give myself compliments. So yeah, it like kind of feels good to say, because I walked in with 1 health against this, what, like 50,000 PI Absman. It seems impossible for someone like me especially, but I do pretty good here. And of course, like, Hercules is doing most of the work, right? But I gotta do some parts too. So yeah, there is that. This fight though is going pretty well. I'm at low battery, so that's unfortunate, but when am I not on low battery, man? I'm always like just at 20%, I feel like. But here I go for the intercept, get the SP2, and yeah, it does some pretty nice damage. A nice 9,000 plus crit, you love to see it. And this is essentially over after this next heavy attack. So yeah, not too shabby in the slightest. Hercules just did wonders here, and yeah, this rank up has been paying off big time already, and I just did it. So yeah, massive wins here, and look at the rewards here. We are gonna get not just 10,000 6-star shards, but a total of 15,000 6-star shards. So I'm pretty much like at 2 crystals now. I just have to get the other like 500 shards. So I am in a good spot right now. I am in a pretty dang good spot. We also have 2 cav crystals, so this is also pretty big, right? Because if I get, you know, a 6-star from here, that is just massive. So we're gonna stop it. Hopefully something decent here. I just want to see any 5 or 6-star romance champion, and we're gonna land. There is Luke Cage, there is Namor, and we get troll rolled. So that stinks, right? Like, Gwenpool, cool character, but isn't romance, I don't think, and she's also a 3-star, so not too fussed about that. Crystal number 2 though, there is Human Torch, 6-star Torch come back, and there is a 5-star version of Venompool, who is not romance, but if you want to be his Valentine, go right ahead. That is tomorrow, so yeah, give him some love. He's a great champion, so he deserves it. But now we're on to the 6-star crystal, and for this crystal, just give me any single romance champion. The worst one possible, even. I'll take that. I will take that, right? Just give me any romance character that's usable. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for, okay? So we're just gonna let it spin out for a bit, and the reel looks pretty good so far. We're gonna stop it, and there are no romance champions yet, and we're gonna land on a 6-star version of Loki. So yeah, a cursed first 6-star hero. Loki is not only not romance, but he's also bad. So yeah, that is hilarious. Not what I wanted in the slightest, but you know what? There's always round 2, and right here is this Bullseye fight, and this Bullseye will give me my second 6-star champion. So there is hope. There is some hope. It's not just Heartbreak yet. There is one more try today for a 6-star romance character, and like, I don't want to cope, but if I don't get a romance character, I still have my 4-star Hercules, right? And that's all I need in life right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna be like super salty, but I'm gonna be upset, of course, right? Because, you know, 4-star champions only go so far. I need some 6-star ones sooner than later, right? So here we drop the SP1, and look at this. I get the pretty much full decks of his SP1. What the heck? Okay, I'm not good at this game, right? But that was like my best moment ever, and I mess it up because I don't even do the easy part decks. So that's so sad. I got like so much of the decks down, and the easy part I just missed, and I miss it again. So that, oh my gosh, that is just the worst thing ever. Like a cool moment just ruined by me being bad. So yeah, there is that. That's so much fun. That could have been so cool. That would have been the coolest thing ever, because I haven't seen like the decks done before, but I ruined it. I ruined it completely. But now we have the second 6-star crystal, and I'm just going straight in, man. I'm not gonna waste any time. So we're gonna go back in after this, and let's just hope for a romance 6-star character. I saw Hulk right there. Who else? I saw Storm. Who else? There's just, the ratio is so bad for romance characters. It's just so unfortunate, but there is Hulk, there is Cersei, and we're gonna land on a 6-star version of Kate Bishop. This is the most heartbreaking thing that could possibly happen, because this character is arguably the best skilled champion in the game, and you know what? She is not romance. So that is just so fun, how I pulled the best skill 6-star, or one of the best skill 6-stars, and I can't even use her because she is just not romance. So today was Heartbreak. It was fun like doing stuff with Hercules, but for the most part that is just so painful, right? Loki, who is just bad, right? But then Kate Bishop, who is one of the best in the game, but just isn't romance. So maybe tomorrow on the Valentine's Day special we get something pretty good, right? But let me know your thoughts on this video, and yes, about it for me.